What's going on, guys? This is David with David's Lawn Care, and today we are doing my one commercial property, O'Reilly Auto Parts. This is my second cutting of this property so far this year, and I got a little background on it. Actually, I'm recording this the day after, but when I was doing this property yesterday, I actually got it done and my residential property. So far, every time I've gone to this place, it's been almost horrible. Cutting of the year, I was at work and I got the call that I got the job working mowing their yard there. Once I left work, I got home and I guess I was decided, which I guess that's a rookie mistake in itself. First two mistakes was I ran off of two important things. I didn't take any water and I didn't take my spool of trimmer line. I knew that the trimmer had been strung not too long ago, so I figured it'd have enough line to last, but it didn't. But I'll get to that later. So I get there, and the very first thing I try to do is trim. And as you can see in the picture here, I'm marked. I'll show everywhere I've got to trim and what I'll got to mow and everything. So that's quite a bit of trimming, especially around the back. That is nothing but a steep ditch filled with big boulders for water drainage. And it sucks, but there's a lot of rock back there and everything else. So I get there, I don't pay any attention. My weed eater the kill switch is turned off. I try to start it, floods out, can't get it to start. So I sat inside and I start my push mower up, start push mowing. I push mow around everything. Then I try and get my walk behind off to mow with it. The week before, I was at home. I used my walk behind a little bit. Worked perfect. Didn't have no problems at all. I get over here and this thing is just, it's ridiculous, guys. One, for whatever reason, the engine is loose. The engine's actually rattling around. Then I find out the carburetor is loose. Then the muffler is broke. So it's not having enough back pressure to keep the engine running. So I try and fiddle with this thing for a while, and then finally I say heck with it, and I park it. I start push mowing again. I finish up a big section, and I was just doing only push mowing. Get that done, and I shut my mower off to try and load my walk behind. And then I can't get my push mower started back. Then at one point I get my weed eater started without strain. Just all kinds of problems, guys. I am so utterly in disbelief and pissed at this point because all my equipment works absolutely fine. It seriously does. I've never had this kind of problem. I've never had this push mower to not start. I don't know why it did that. I pulled a plug out of it even, checking to make sure it wasn't flooded. It's just nothing was wrong. And one of the requirements is that they want us to blow off the parking lot, the grass off the parking lot and everything. Well, I've just got this battery-powered leaf blower, and I was telling the manager about it, and I told her, well, it'd probably work. And she told me, well, we've got a cheap Murray leaf blower you can use. And so I used it, and I know that's pretty unprofessional to use somebody else's equipment, but I used it. Didn't have no problems with that. And at that point, with all my equipment messing up like it was, I went home. I told the manager I'd be right back, and I went home. As soon as I get home, get the push mower out, starts first pull. Runs like it had no problems whatsoever. So I'm like, okay. So we strained my weed eater, and actually my dad goes back with me just to, I don't know, make sure we don't have any more problems or something. And he finished up the weed eating, and I finished up the push mowing. But anyway, that was the first experience. And the second experience, it went much better, thankfully. My weed eater didn't have no problems with it. I took my string with me. I took gas with me, even though I didn't need it. I took gas with me. I needed the 2-stroke gas, but I didn't need my plain gas. But I took it with me anyway. I took 2 different push mowers, and actually, unfortunately, my one push mower, my newer one that I just got out of storage, it actually is that black and gold color Poland. It actually didn't didn't perform well. It wanted to quit on me for some reason, so I've got to clean the carburetor on it. It's been in storage for quite a while, so I'm sure that's what's wrong with it. But my grain push mower that I've always used, I used the first time here, it worked perfect, no problems at all. My walk behind, I actually was able to get one big section done with it, and didn't have no problems much, but I went to another section and it finally quit on me. So I am not using this walk behind no more until I get a different engine on it. Not sure if I'll try and find a decent running Briggs & Stratton and put on it, or if I'll just wait out and get a Kohler. I would much rather get a Kohler because I hate Briggs & Stratton. That's another topic for another day. But anyway, yeah, that's second cutting went good. The grass was wet and it clogged a lot, and I've got a chute blocker like thing on my walk behind to keep it from spraying grass everywhere so badly, and it left some clumps and stuff, but it mowed good what I got mowed with it. So next time I mow this place, I'm either going to just take a push mower, or I'm going to I doubt I'll take a ride mower, because I probably won't take a ride mower over there. There's just not enough area to really need a ride mower. But anyway, I wasn't able to get footage of either my residential or my commercial property. I just didn't feel like fooling with trying to film at the commercial, and then at the residential, the owner was sitting on the porch and stuff. The older guy, he's enjoying the warmth and everything, the heat of the day and everything else, and whatnot. So I didn't fool with trying to record there. But the only problem that I had at his property was when I started my walk behind earlier that day to go to O'Reilly's, it worked just fine. And I left it hooked up, and then when I used it, when I got over there, I had to actually jump it off with my truck battery for whatever reason. So I've got to get that battery charged up. And at one point, my riding mower, my LT1000 Craftsman, the transmission belt on it's just a little bit loose. And if I use the clutch so much, or at certain times, it'll actually fall off the transmission pulley because it's a little bit too long. I got to shut the engine off, of course, to put that back on there. So I needed a battery to jump it off once I had to shut it off. But that was the only problem I had there at that residential. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And this is my ventures with O'Reilly Auto Parts. Pretty ridiculous so far. Hopefully next time I ain't going to have no headaches like that. I'm just going to take push mowers and just get it done and get out of there. I should have took a picture of the job once it was done, at least on that one side, of how it's striped. It's striped decent, but like I say, there's grass clumps everywhere, so it didn't look the greatest, but it looked okay. Hopefully next time I'll get some video of that, and I'll see you all in the next video. Trip over there. Surprised my camera actually filmed this so well going through here. But anyway, this is David Davis Lawn Care. You guys are awesome. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.